Hi, Warren. I wanted to leave you some feedback on your thesis statement. Um, as a whole, I think that you have a good plan that will work. I see a clear claim presented, and I think that you have some good ideas that could work for key moments in the text. I just want to talk to you a little bit about some things to strengthen your discussion. So first off, don't forget to format your submission in MLA. So don't forget about your heading and your header. But thank you for the for the private note. I'm glad that you liked this essay so much and that it resonated so much with you. Um, so I think that the first sentence of your second paragraph actually makes for a good thesis statement. There are some tweaks that I want you to do here, but I think that this really could make for a good thesis. Um, I think the conversation that you're having here might work well for your concluding paragraph where you kind of broaden out the discussion and make real world connections. But this doesn't really work very well as an introductory paragraph for critical analysis. So your main purpose with critical analysis is focusing on the effectiveness or the persuasiveness of the writer's argument. So your personal beliefs about capital punishment, those are fine to have, and you can allow those to kind of help you guide what you to help guide you in what you talk about in the essay. And then again at the essay's conclusion, you can broaden out the discussion um, by making real world connections. But these aren't really the ideas that you want to focus on in your introduction. Instead, what you want to do is introduce the story right here, but focus on presenting an objective summary of the story. So you want to focus on bringing in those necessary plot details like the setting, who the narrator is, and the basic rundown of the plot, and then pivot to presenting the overall main idea of the story, and then finally presenting your thesis. And really, your thesis should be the last sentence of your introductory paragraph. That's where your reader will look for it. So all of the comments about your personal stance on capital punishment, those are fine to have. But the first paragraph of a critical analysis, it really doesn't belong there if your main intent is to analyze how the writer attempts to persuade the audience. So this first sentence in your second paragraph, I think, could make a good argument. I think the only thing that you want to do is explain or state what literary devices the author uses. So is he using description, analogy, pathos, right? So make sure that you make sure that instead of keeping this broad, that you state directly symbolism, for example. And I think the key ideas that you have here could work really well to unpack this idea. What you really just want to focus on is the arrangement of the first paragraph, making sure that you're providing enough context and that you've presented the argument in that first paragraph so that the discussion is ready to go. But I think if you make those changes, this will likely be a very effective essay. Like I said, I think your claim is clear, and you're bringing in good points that you can use to support it. Okay, thanks.